If you have a parent that's recently been diagnosed with dementia, you're probably thinking, how do I keep them safe? In this video, I'll go over 5 different major risks with this disease and some tips on what to think about on how to best keep your parent safe and secure. Tip number 1 would be home safety. Try and keep your parents home as safe as possible. We know people with dementia are at a higher risk of falling due to some memory decline or spatial awareness issues and possibly poor judgment. Over the years, I have seen so many cases of people with dementia who are physically, though, in great shape, have a sudden fall in their home, and unfortunately, their life is changed forever, and it's no longer safe to come home. You can absolutely reduce your parents' risk of falling in their house by just doing a few simple things. Possibly removing some rugs in their home or putting tape underneath the rug to make sure that rug does not slide. Adding some grab bars near the shower and bathtub area, as well as possibly some handrails near any steps in the house. These interventions can absolutely reduce the risk of falling for your parents. If you have any questions on your specific parent's home and their need, please feel free to reach out. Tip number 2 would be help your parents manage their medications. We know the dangerous consequences of one taking too much or too little or even not at all. When helping your parents to manage their medications, there's probably 2 ways to look at this. Number 1 is talk to your parents' physician. Let them know all the different medications that they're on. It's often physicians are unaware of what other physicians are prescribing possibly to your parents, and it's quite possible that your parents may be prescribed too much of something or too little. So let your parents' primary care physician all the different medications and their dosages that they're prescribed. Number 2 would be helping your parents with dementia who may not be able to manage the time they take or the dose appropriately. Helping them to put pills in the right pill box and or have some type of pill alarm. There are so many technologies out that exist today that can help remind you and your parent when and how much to take of a pill. If you have any questions related to this, please feel free to reach out. Tip number 3 would be to try and prevent your parent from feeling any financial vulnerability. We know this is a serious concern for those with dementia. If you're not already so, try and become a financial power of attorney for your parent or speak to someone in the family that might be. Try and get access to their checking account to make sure no fraudulent activity has happened. These fraud claims are becoming more and more sophisticated and prevalent. In addition, as the power of attorney, you'll be able to help pay bills for your parent on time. We have many strategies on making your parents still feel financially independent while there's appropriate oversight. So please, if you have any questions related to one's parents' finances, feel free to reach out and we are happy to help. Tip number 4 would be to try and help prevent your parent from feeling socially isolated. We know the data shows that people who feel lonely or isolated have a myriad of bad health outcomes. Unfortunately, those with dementia are more likely to experience social isolation than those that don't. It's possible your parent with dementia may no longer have interest in being with the friends that they've possibly had for years. Or worse yet, those same friends may be less likely to call and reach out to your parents because that experience together is just different. But there are things that you can do for your parents, even if you can't be with them all the time, to keep them engaged and socially happy. There are adult daycare centers, senior centers, as well as hiring a one-on-one companion. If you have any questions around what this would look like, please feel free to reach out. We don't want your parent to feel social isolation. Tip number 5 is how to help your parents avoid self-neglect. With a dementia diagnosis, it's quite common that they may forget to bathe, change their clothes, clean the house, take care of a pet, and many other personal hygiene issues. No doubt these conversations are incredibly difficult to have with your parents and can be quite sensitive. We have many suggestions as to what to say and how to say it. One thought would be to suggest a caregiver. You may be thinking your parent would absolutely dismiss a caregiver as they feel they're all good and they don't need help. by bringing in the right caregiver to make it feel as though this is not hired help, but more so a friend. That's one suggestion that we certainly have to help prevent and avoid any type of self-neglect. For any personal situation that you'd like to talk through or how to help find that right care partner, please feel free to reach out and we're happy to help. In this video, I highlighted 5 common risks that I've seen over the years for people with dementia. As the adult children or primary caregiver of a loved one with dementia, we find it's important to consider their home safety, the management of medications, protections of finances, keeping your loved one socially connected and not isolated, as well as preventing any type of self-neglect. Certainly, there are so many more topics that we'll address in the future, but we hope you found this video of value. Please continue to follow us. And if you have any additional questions, we'd love to hear from you. Click the links below for a complimentary free consultation. Look forward to being in touch. Bye.